afternoon. I now call to order the 170th graduation of Palmer College of Chiropractic West in San Jose, California on the 19th day of September 2024. Dr. Jeanette Lamourie will present today's invocation.
Please stand and join me in spirit for this invocation address. Please join me in a moment of reflection with thanks. Let us pray silently together, each one of us, according to our individual beliefs. Recognizing our diversity in beliefs, values, and faith traditions, but honoring our unity in gratitude and love for these graduates. I invite you to reflect quietly on all the magic that the future holds for the 170th graduating class of Palmer West College of Chiropractic. It is truly a joy to be here today and to be celebrating these amazing human beings. I give thanks to you, God, for your unconditional love, guidance, and direction. I ask on behalf of those gathered here that you bless each of these grads and everyone connected to them. Give them the grace to make a difference for the betterment of humanity wherever their lives and careers may lead them. Bless those who have made their success thus far possible: family, spouses, friends, mentors, educators, staff, and the list goes on. For all of the graduates, we ask that they make a significant contribution to the health and welfare of everyone they touch. Let the feelings of love, kindness, and positivity run through their lives and their actions. Help us look to the past with gratitude and to the future with hope. Continuing to reflect with thankfulness, ask that good fortune, prosperity, safety, and the desire to continually learn be always with this class. I especially ask you, Divine Spirit, to bless these future doctors. We thank you for their completion of the arduous chiropractic program, and please guide them with their newly acquired skill set. Help them find joy in their servitude, fill them with grace, and may each graduate be a blessing to every life they connect to. Please guide these grads in service and joy. Thank you, God. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Lamourie. Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Greg Snow, and as the Senior Campus Administrator and Dean of Academic Affairs, I have the honor and privilege of welcoming everyone to our Summer 2024 commencement. This is a special day for all of us, and I thank you for being here to celebrate and recognize the achievements of our graduating students. Since entering the program in July of 2021, members of today's graduating class have navigated a challenging route to reach the graduation stage. In addition to the rigorous curriculum, they've had to deal with the impacts of a global pandemic and a campus phase-out. They've adjusted accordingly and overcome adversity with their impressive perseverance, determination, and resiliency. And they graduate today exemplifying the ideals and qualities, standards expected of all Palmer doctors of chiropractic. I imagine that our graduates are experiencing a variety of emotions, including well-deserved pride and a feeling of accomplishment, and perhaps some nervousness and anxiety about what lies ahead. But I want to assure you, the future of the chiropractic profession has never been brighter. These graduates will enter a profession that is significantly different from the one that I graduated from in 1990. At that point in time, there was little research on chiropractic. Today, there is so much, it's difficult to keep up. Research validating chiropractic care influences our healthcare delivery systems, insurance coverages, and policy. It breaks down barriers and expands access for patients and opportunities for practicing DCs and our new graduates. An example of this impactful research is a recent study that demonstrates that chiropractic management, when compared to medical management alone, resulted in decreased downstream costs for diagnostic imaging, opioid prescriptions, surgeries, hospitalizations, injections, and specialist and ER visits. Palmer contributes substantially to these research efforts, leading the profession in advancing chiropractic research and participating in high-level studies done in collaboration with some of the biggest names in healthcare research in the country. Chiropractic's expanding role in the VA is an example of a growing opportunity that stemmed from research. There are now more than 325 chiropractors working for the VA, a number that continues to grow. There are also 10 federally funded VA residencies for the chiropractic service, and I'm proud to note that Palmer graduates have filled more of them than any other institution. Another example is the relatively recent establishment of postdoctoral research fellows at Yale, Harvard, and Duke medical schools. And I'm proud to note that 2 of these were filled with Palmer West alums. Palmer's West campus also has a long and strong legacy as a leader in sports chiropractic. It may have been the first chiropractic college to pioneer a student chapter through the American Chiropractic Association's sports councils in the mid-1990s, when sports chiropractic was a budding specialty. Since its founding, Palmer West Sports Council's program has received special recognition as the outstanding chapter multiple times. We've had several faculty and alumni receive recognition as the Sports Chiropractor of the Year, and our program resulted in the ACA Sports Council adding a National Student Liaison position, all of which serves as examples of why the ACA is honoring the legacy of the Palmer West Sports Council program later this month at their annual symposium in Denver. Palmer graduates have also advanced the profession through their work in employer-based health centers, the Department of Defense, academia, and leadership positions at local, state, national, and international levels. As a result, the current generation of chiropractic doctors have career paths in private practices, interdisciplinary clinics, hospitals, academia, research, and for sports teams. In these roles, chiropractors provide effective, safe, cost-effective, drug-free care for musculoskeletal pain and much more to tens of millions of patients each year. Palmer College graduates are not only great doctors, they are leaders and visionaries who advance chiropractic's recognition and reputation as the primary care professionals for spinal health and well-being. To the members of Palmer's 170th graduating class, as you transition today from student to doctor, I encourage you to embrace the opportunities in front of you with the same sense of passion and optimism that has fueled your journey to reaching the stage today. You are the future of the profession, and I am confident that each of you will make a difference, will change lives, and will make your communities a better place every day in many ways. So, before we proceed with the balance of today's ceremony, will the audience please join me in recognizing and celebrating today's graduating class. I want to recognize another group of achievers who are equally deserving of praise and recognition for their collective role in enabling these soon-to-be doctors to reach the graduation stage, and that would be our outstanding faculty. The faculty at Palmer West are praiseworthy for many reasons. They are responsible for providing the highest learning experience possible for future doctors of chiropractic. Our faculty fulfills their mission well, with distinction and dedication. They, as individuals, enrich our profession, and by doing so, advance healthcare throughout the world, demonstrating why Palmer College has been and remains the trusted leader in chiropractic education. I'd also like to recognize the emeritus and past faculty sitting with our faculty today for being here to support these graduates. Due to our phase out, many of our faculty who taught these graduates are not able to be here today, so we appreciate all the support we can get. With the current, emeritus, and past faculty, please rise for recognition. Thank you. Speaking of dedicated support, the spouses, partners, parents, children, and friends of our graduates are equally praiseworthy for helping them complete their educational journey. Their love and encouragement provided inspirational energy that helped the members of the graduating class reach their goal. This support was especially important, impactful, and appreciated given the challenges they faced over the last 3 years. Will the spouses, partners, parents, friends, and children of our graduates please rise for recognition? Chiropractic is the world's third largest organized healthcare profession. With over 100,000 doctors practicing in more than 90 countries, of which approximately 1/3 are Palmer College graduates. In fact, at 30,000 strong, graduates from the 3 Palmer campuses comprise the profession's largest alumni network. In addition to the patients that they serve each day in their offices, many maintain leadership positions in the profession and contribute to the advancement of chiropractic. They are the reason why the Palmer name has been synonymous with the highest standards of patient care for over 125 years. Will the Palmer alumni here today please rise for recognition? We would also like to acknowledge individuals here today who have served our country. Would all the veterans and active military duty in attendance, whether student, graduate, family member, or friend, please stand for recognition. We thank you for your service and sacrifice. Dr. Brian Nook, Palmer West Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, will now recognize the valedictorian and salutatorian of today's ceremony and acknowledge fellow class members graduating with academic honors. Dr. Nook.
Thank you, Dr. Snow. B.J. Palmer recognized that doctors of chiropractic must use their heads, hearts, and hands to master the science, art, and philosophy of chiropractic to provide the best care for their patients. We now present a series of awards in recognition of the ideals of these 3 words represent for the chiropractic profession. The head is recognized through a series of awards acknowledging the academic achievements of the students who have excelled throughout the course of their educational experience. The heart is recognized through the Virgil Strang Philosophy Award, a student's passion and philosophy of chiropractic. And hands are recognized by the Clinic Excellence Award, which honors students' outstanding patient care delivery. First, we have the honor of beginning this portion of the program by recognizing the class members who have achieved our highest academic awards and graduate today as valedictorian and salutatorian. Would you please join me in honoring the valedictorian of the Palmer West 170th graduating class, Jacqueline McDowell. Would you please now offer similar congratulations to our class salutatorian, Jacob Cover. These students have distinguished themselves during the course of the Palmer West experience by demonstrating exemplary scholastic and clinical proficiency, which our administration and faculty take immense pride. Congratulations again, Jacqueline and Jacob, for a job well done. College would like to now recognize the collective members of today's class who have distinguished themselves during their educational experience at Palmer West campus and are graduating with academic honors. Members of the class who have achieved academic honors receive gold cords to wear with their graduation gowns. They're also presented with a special purple cord, which signifies their induction into the Pi Tau Delta International Chiropractic Honor Society, the oldest and most distinguished honor society in the chiropractic education. To receive this special recognition, students must have earned a cumulative GPA of at least 3.5 upon graduating. Considering the long and rigorous and challenging dynamic of the Palmer West curriculum, students who are able to complete the program while maintaining a high GPA are to be commended for their achievement. We proceed with today's ceremony recognizing the summer 24 class members graduating today with academic and Pi Tau Delta honors. Graduating magna cum laude and Pi Tau Delta honors are Jacob Cover. Jacqueline McDowell. Graduating with cum laude and Pi Tau Delta honor is Richard Scanlon. Congratulations, graduates, for a job well done. You may be seated. Our next award honors the memory of Dr. Virgil V. Strang, longtime professor at Palmer's main campus in Davenport, Iowa, founded in 1897 and regarded as the fountainhead for chiropractic education. Dr. Strang has a unique and honored place in Palmer College history. His career spanned nearly 50 years, during which he distinguished himself as a chiropractic philosopher, anatomist, teacher, humanitarian, and practitioner, culminating with his appointment as the college's 7th president. He was equally respected by students and colleagues for the passionate manner in which he exemplified the philosophy, commitment, logic, and reasoning of the practice of chiropractic. The award that we present to a member of each graduating class celebrates Dr. Strang's pride for Palmer College and his passion for the chiropractic profession. Among other qualifications, the award selection process includes interviews with each candidate, who are also required to submit an essay related to the chiropractic philosophy. It's my honor to present the Virgil V. Strang Philosophy Award for the Summer 24 graduating class to Jacob Cover. Congratulations, Jacob, on the job well done also.
Our next awards recognize outstanding clinical achievements. Dr. Tammy Clark, Palmer West Dean of Clinics, will now acknowledge members of the graduating class who earned recognition for their clinical work. Dr. Clark.
I am so excited to be a part of your graduation ceremony today. It is truly a momentous milestone in your lives, one that you will never forget. It's one of those very special days that simultaneously marks a completion and a beginning. So congratulations to all of you for that. On a personal note, today's commencement marks my 30-year graduation anniversary. Those of you who know me know that I get to share what an amazing adventure the past 30 years have been for me. My career has given me the opportunity to provide care to countless patients, work at what I think is the best chiropractic college in the country, or the world, I should say, work with some of the finest colleagues that anyone could have ever asked to work for. I have traveled the world on behalf of our profession. I've never stopped learning, and I'm embarking on a new chapter in my career, providing care to veterans at the Palo Alto VA. I can only hope that in 30 years, you guys will look back, I wish for you, with as much gratitude as I do on my career. It's been an amazing calling, and I'm so glad to call you a colleague. So, with that said, it is now my honor to present the Summer 2024 Clinical Excellence Award. This recognizes the member of today's graduating class who best exemplified the skills and qualities expected of a Palmer chiropractor during their year-long experience in our Palmer West clinics. Nominations are received from our clinical faculty, both full-time and part-time, based on their demonstrated excellence with patient evaluation and diagnosis, chiropractic technique and procedures, diagnostic imaging, case management, professionalism, and service to our clinic community. Our clinic team gathers together and discusses the nominees to determine the award recipient, which is never an easy task, and it truly is one of the highlights of the quarter because we get to reflect on what an amazing group of doctors we have before us. There are often multiple candidates deserving of this recognition. Before we present today's award, I'd like to recognize the nominees. They include Richard Contreras, Summer 2024 graduating class, the Clinical Excellence recipient is Jacob Covert. Congratulations Congratulations, Jacob, and each of our Clinical Excellence nominees for a job very well done. I'd like to now invite Palmer West Associated Student Government President Nicholas Hicks to the podium to present some special awards on behalf of the ASG. Nick.
Wow. You all look great in your cap and gowns. It's different from the usual mix of student eye bags, gym, and bike clothing, or even the occasional cowboy boots I've seen at school. I'm looking at you, Bryce. Today is a celebration of your collective accomplishments, but I think it's important to take a moment to reflect on the 3+ years it took to get here. It wasn't easy. In fact, many of us never want to relive those moments. But nothing truly worthwhile comes without its challenges. You did not choose this path because it was easy, or maybe you did, only to realize your critical mistake a little too late. Regardless, you worked hard and made it here, and that speaks volumes to your dedication and persistence. Over these past years, you faced plenty of hardships, failures, and successes. That's part of the process of learning and growth. You study, apply your knowledge, fail, reflect, try again, and eventually succeed. This journey may have looked different for each of you, but that cycle will continue far beyond the classroom and into your practice. This continual growth will be essential in practice, and it would be a disservice to our patients without it. They are entitled to the best treatment possible, the best version of yourself. You may not be at your best every day, and you may fail, but complacency is the worst kind of failure. Continue to uphold yourselves to high standards as if you're being tested every day, because in many ways you will be. You may have a patient with red flag symptoms walk into your office, patients asking you to read their x-rays or nutritional advice, and you must be ready for all of it. You didn't spend countless hours in the rad tech room arguing over the SID, scouring over x-rays, looking for anything to be out of place just to find out it's normal. Or memorizing clinical competency history acronyms like COMLQ, FIN, PPP, OPP, TIM, FOL, just to be the minimum version of yourselves. You are better than that, and being here today proves it. So let's continue to commemorate the accumulation of your accomplishments today as you transition from student into doctor. As you leave behind the adversities of academia and into the realities and demands of being a full-fledged clinician. But if there's any cohort of graduates that I believe could handle these challenges, it's this one. Your presence on campus and the respect you earn from your peers is unmatched. Your roles as tutors, mentors, and leaders motivated the rest of the student body to follow your example and strive to reach the bar you have all set. On behalf of the entire student body, I extend our deepest appreciation to our mentors and friends of this class for your unwavering support and guidance. To help commemorate and provide a physical reminder for your service to the school and your cohort, I will now be presenting the Fellowship Award. The Fellowship Award is a unique award as it is chosen by the members of the graduating class. The class votes for an individual who has shown commitment, dedication, and selflessness throughout their time at Palmer West. The recipient of this award is someone they believe to have been a leader as well as a positive influence throughout the past 13th quarters, both within the profession and within the class itself. This was a near tie between two individuals, but the one chosen by the graduating class is Jacob Covert. Thank you all again for everything you have done for the West Campus and the student body. I speak for everyone when I say that we are excited, but also saddened to see you leave us behind and develop into the phenomenal chiropractors we know you will become. I would now like to invite up Sports Council Representative Alex Eager up to the stage to present some awards. Thank you.
Hello everyone, thank you Nick. So on behalf of Sports Council, it's my great honor to recognize this remarkable graduating class and to present this graduating class's Sports Council Award. So this graduating class may be on the smaller side, but it's also on the mightier side. Each of you has played a vital role in the Palmer West community as club leaders, interns, mentors to me and many of my classmates, and as friends. So congratulations to you all on reaching this amazing milestone. And since its beginning in 1994, the Sports Council has been a cornerstone of the Palmer West campus. It's provided students with invaluable opportunities to offer care at various sporting events across the Bay Area, to engage with leaders in the Sports Council world, or in the sports chiropractic world, and to promote the chiropractic profession to the community. Taking on a leadership role within a Palmer West club exemplifies a deep commitment to our Palmer community. Balancing the demands of a tough study schedule while also engaging in service reflects dedication and an authentic desire to make a positive impact on others. It's great to see students who are willing to go above and beyond to do this. So tonight, or this afternoon, we honor an extraordinary individual whose contributions have helped to solidify the legacy of the Palmer West Sports Council. She served on the social committee for the 21-22 school year, where her team brought our popular social events to life. Her dedication and commitment to the Sports Council were greatly appreciated, and she left an undeniable mark on the Palmer community. I look forward to seeing all the incredible things she will accomplish in the future. So please join me in congratulating the recipient of this year's award, a fellow Canadian, Jacqueline McDowell. Just gonna open up the plaque here.
Congratulations to all of you on those wonderful awards that you've got. It's the time of our presentation today that I think as faculty members we all truly enjoy. It's the one time that we get to sit back and let a student finally lecture to us instead of all the thousands of hours that they've had to sit through us. So, no pressure, Jacqueline. But once again, I have the honor of introducing Jacqueline McDowell for the presentation of today's valedictorian address.
He told me to hide it, but I got stressed out, so I stuck it up my sleeve. Thank you, Dr. Nook. Hello, everyone. My name is Jacqueline McDowell, and I'm honored to be the valedictorian of Palmer West's newest graduating class. Nobody clapped that? Thank I have to say, public speaking is not my forte, so thank God this robe is black because I'm sweating through it right now. The group of people seated in front of you today looks a lot different than when our journey first began back in summer 2021. We started chiropractic college with over 20 people in our class, and even though we lost some people along the way, I am so proud of each one of you. The first thing you should know about me is I'm Canadian, eh? No. No, while it's still part of North America, making the decision to move down here to attend Palmer West was definitely not easy, and I know I wasn't the only one who felt that way. I was nervous, excited, but most of all, proud that I was admitted into such a prestigious program, a sentiment that I'm sure was shared by all of my fellow classmates. On our first day, all I kept hearing over and over again was, "This program is like trying to drink water from a fire hose." I don't know who coined that term, but it didn't take me long to understand what it meant. It is possible to drink water from a fire hose, but if you take it all in at once, it will overwhelm you. and Jacob Covert knows this best. I remember when we took Dr. Nook's upper extremity final exam, and my partner went white as a ghost and almost passed out from nerves and anxiety over the sheer amount of information that we had to remember. We, of course, always thought school couldn't get any harder after surviving Dr. Doe's infamous histology, microbiology, cardio quizzes, but boy, were we wrong. In our first quarter, we learned that every 11 weeks for the next 2.5 years, we would be taking 8 final exams in 3 days. The irony of sacrificing our own well-being to learn to teach others to look after theirs was not lost on us. And we all relied heavily on any form of caffeine we could ingest to make up for the lost sleep, just to ensure that we passed. But even though school was tough, we were still very lucky. We were one of the first quarters to return to in-person teaching after COVID, which meant using real people to practice on rather than adjusting pillows like a lot of the other previous quarters had to. It was a small group, but I think we're more lucky to have had a small group. It allowed us to bond and collaborate in ways larger cohorts didn't, and it's those experiences that I'll cherish to this day. I remember when our classmate Jake brought to school the world's 3rd hottest hot sauce. This stuff was so hot, a few drops put some of us out of commission for the rest of the day. Now, I have no love for spicy food, and my classmates all know this, but I'm proud to say that I tried that very hot sauce, and I persevered through the experience, stayed for the rest of the day as well. Granted, I did chug half a bottle of almond milk, I almost threw up, and I spent the rest of the day sitting in class feeling bloated, but I tried it, and that's what counts. Being part of this small class also meant we dealt with some minor disagreements. For me, the most memorable disagreements were by far the ones centered around pronunciations of certain words. Coming from Canada, I say words like sorry, tomorrow, and pasta. My classmates were always quick to laugh and correct me by saying sorry, tomorrow, and pasta. I had no idea there were so many variations to pronouncing the letter A down here. The bond we formed and the experience we shared as a class helped us survive school life, but more importantly, it helped us survive real life. Many of us experienced adversity, loss, and personal struggles throughout this program. To each of you who lost family and friends during your journey, know that they are so proud of you for who you are, the things that you've overcome, and for making it to this point. Most of all, be proud of yourselves for everything you've achieved, and look forward to the future that starts in this moment. When you're wrapped up in such an intense, fast-paced program like this, it can be easy to forget that life outside Palmer does not stop. Important moments, both positive and negative, were sacrificed in order for these individuals to have their dreams come true. And I want to take time to acknowledge all the hard work and dedication each of these future doctors put into the past 3 years. I also want to acknowledge the love and support provided to each of these graduates from their friends and family, because we couldn't have done it without you. I also acknowledge our amazing faculty who taught us everything and got us to this point. We also couldn't have done it without you guys. I saw a quote the other day that said, "Turn knowledge into action, action into experience, and experience into wisdom." Attending chiropractic college meant spending 3,500 classroom hours learning anatomy, physiology, differential diagnosis, diagnostic imaging, and much more. This is what we call explicit knowledge, learning from a textbook. Then we entered outpatient clinic. And this is where implicit knowledge takes over and we started to take action. We had to start figuring out how to take classroom knowledge and apply that in clinical settings. Clinic provided the opportunity to practice the foundational components of our career, such as history taking, patient examination, and adjusting. I want you all to take a moment and reflect on how far you've come. Remember when an initial patient visit used to take us over 2 hours and somehow we still felt that we could have been more thorough? Now, through our experience, we're able to complete a more than thorough enough initial visit in under an hour. Looking back on our first day in outpatient clinic, it may have felt like drinking from the fire hose all at once, but outpatient clinic was really just the chance to dip our toes in the water. Palmer West did its job. The education and experience we gained here allowed us to pass our board exams. We got through those hoops, and now it's time for the real learning to start, to strive to convert our experience into wisdom. In class, Dr. Nook liked to say, patients forget to read the textbook. What he means is we spent hours studying typical signs and symptoms of conditions and protocols on how to treat them, only to find a patient with said condition and the treatment protocols are incompatible. This program gave us the tools to become great chiropractors, but from here on out, it's up to us to decide how and when to use them. School taught us how to become competent, ethical practitioners, but it's up to us to apply these practices appropriately for the sake of our patients. Our practical courses exposed us to critical thinking and problem solving, learning compassion and empathy for our patients, and understanding the variety of technical applications at our disposal. But it's up to us to use those experiences and convert them into the wisdom to become better. I know many of us are dealing with major imposter syndrome right now, the feeling of being inadequate despite having an abundance of knowledge and a unique skill set not many people possess. But don't ever forget, it's called a practice for a reason. We're all going to have great days where you land every adjustment and every patient you see tells you they're feeling so much better. Then there's going to be other days that aren't so great. Don't let these days make you feel inferior as a doctor. Our lives will be filled with these ups and downs, but have confidence in yourself, trust your knowledge, your instincts, your training, and come back stronger the next day. We'll all run into a patient with a condition that we've treated a million times, and it's easy to throw the same treatment at them as you did the last patient. Do not fall into the habit of treating the condition, treat the patient in front of you. As you continue to learn and grow on your journey as chiropractors, do not forget what your title means. The Latin meaning of doctor is teacher. The knowledge you've gained at Palmer and the knowledge you will gain in practice will help your patients just as much, if not more, than your manual skills. I've personally learned so much from each and every one of you here today, and I have no doubt you will all uphold the true meaning of being a doctor of chiropractic. I want to leave you with one final piece of advice. When you enter practice, whether it's as an associate or on your own, make your life a little more inconvenient so you can make your patients' lives a little more convenient. I'm extremely proud of each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing where each of your chiropractic journeys take you. Thank you.
Well, I guess now we know why she's valedictorian. Outstanding job. Thank you again for sharing those heartfelt and humorous and wise words with us, Jacqueline. Earlier, I talked about the positive impact that research has had on our profession. I'm proud to introduce a pioneer in that realm and a giant in the chiropractic profession, today's commencement speaker, Dr. Bill Meeker. Dr. Meeker is the past president of Palmer's West Campus and currently serves as the executive director of the Academy of Integrated Health and Medicine. He also serves on the boards of the Integrative Healthcare Policy Consortium, the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress, and the Field Advisory Board of the Cochrane Collaboration for Complementary Medicine. He is a 1982 graduate from Palmer's West Campus, who then joined Palmer West faculty as one of the profession's first full-time researchers. In that role, Dr. Meeker was honored as Researcher of the Year by the Foundation for Chiropractic Education and Research in 1991, Chiropractor of the Year by Dynamic Chiropractic magazine in 1994, and in 1994 he was inducted as a fellow in Palmer's Academy of Chiropractic for his extraordinary dedication to Palmer College. Dr. Meeker served 12 years as Palmer's Vice President for Research and as Director of the Palmer Center for Chiropractic Research at the main campus, and he successfully led Palmer's quest to advance chiropractic research. During this time, he earned his Master's of Public Health and then played a key role in establishing the chiropractic chapter of the American Public Health Association, bringing a chiropractic voice to one of the most influential organizations shaping U.S. healthcare policy. He ultimately received a Lifetime Achievement Award for his collective APHA accomplishments. Dr. Meeker returned to California in 2007 after being appointed president of Palmer's West Campus, a position he served until his retirement in 2021. He has contributed over 60 peer-reviewed papers, books, and book chapters, and has presented at more than 100 scientific and policy conferences to multidisciplinary audiences around the world. The chiropractic profession owes a great deal of debt to Dr. Meeker for his unyielding efforts over the past 5 decades. He has contributed to many transformational advancements for the profession, opening doors of opportunities for doctors of chiropractic in multidisciplinary healthcare settings and systems around the world. So, will you please join me in giving a big thank you and warm welcome to someone who I'm proud to call a mentor, colleague, and friend, Dr. Bill Meeker.
Wow, I have a speech here that I'm going to read a lot of, but right at the outset I have to say, I wasn't quite sure how it would be for me to come back and be on this stage in a role that I've actually never been in. My confession today is I've never given a commencement speech before. So, wish me luck. I feel like I'm a valedictorian. I avoided that for 40 some odd years. And when I was about to retire, I mentioned that to Greg Snow. I said, it's funny, but I've managed to avoid this invitation for 40 some odd years. Maybe I'll make it to retirement and never have to do one. And he looked at me, he gave me that little smile. And I thought, oh, I should have kept my mouth shut. Because here I am, right? But anyway, good afternoon to all of you. A shout out to my esteemed faculty colleagues, some of whom go all the way back to my beginnings at Palmer West, way back. You look a little different, a little more gray hair, maybe a little less hair for some of you. Me too. Administrators, honored guests, all of you out there, proud family members, and most importantly, these graduates of Palmer College of Chiropractic West, to my right. Today's an extraordinary day, a day where you stand at the threshold of your professional careers, ready to embrace the role of healer, advocate, and partner in health. Congratulations. Congratulations on reaching this milestone. I know it took a lot of time, it took a lot of effort, it took a lot of money, but you're going to be rewarded on so many levels. And I'm really honored to be here, so I want to thank you for this opportunity to rise to this occasion. It kind of puts me on the same scale of nervousness, though, as I gave a talk once at the Smithsonian Institute early in my career, and I was nervous about that. That's how I feel right now. I'm trying to generate sympathy for me here. But I now have a chance to maybe impart just a few morsels of wisdom, if I have any, to impart. And this is what I'm tasked to do. So when I sat down at my computer a few weeks ago, I thought about all of the commencement speeches I've heard, and I've heard a lot. I think I counted about 140 graduation ceremonies that I've either attended or presided at, many of them on this very stage, at this very podium. But I really didn't know how to start. So I did what all good Silicon Valley tech people do, and students way behind in their homework. I asked GPT. See, some of you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah, see, I suspected you would know that. But see, I've avoided that whole AI thing, because I really don't, it scares the heck out of me, honestly. But I said, what the heck? Somebody said, why don't you try ChatGPT? So I said, okay. So I said, write me a graduation speech, and I gave it some parameters, and it spit out this thing like in 13, actually it's more like 1 second, truly. And it's, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But it really wasn't what I wanted, so I took some pieces of it and I worked it into what I'm doing here. And I should say, I'm not a big fan of AI. I read my Isaac Asimov Foundation trilogy. How many of you read that science fiction work many years? Some of you. Not very many of you. Oh my God. You need to read this trilogy by Isaac Asimov. It'll scare you. Anyway, he thought robots would take over the universe. He might still be right. But I'll tell you this one thing. AI will never touch people. There is no machine in the world that has the capability that we humans have in these hands. So that I take some comfort in that. And I think you should take some comfort in that too. Because this skill that you have, you're starting to develop, and you will continue to develop with your hands, with your mind and your body, and the way you interact with people in your practice, is incredibly powerful. You know, I knew it was powerful when I started back in, excuse me, 1979. Yeah, that's how old I am. I knew it was a powerful tool because I'd experienced it. But after all these years, and a lot of research, and a lot of observation, and a lot of experience, I can say that this sense of touch and the way we put our hands on people is actually the most powerful thing that we do. Now, there's a couple of other powerful things we do too, but this one thing there is extremely powerful. Never forget that. And as well, I reflect on what it means to be a chiropractor in today's evolving healthcare landscape, and I can't help but consider how your role is more crucial than ever before. We find ourselves in the midst of a transformative shift, a shift toward this whole health movement. More about that in a minute. But this whole health movement, the focus is on treating not just isolated symptoms, but the entire person, mind, body, and spirit. As new doctors of chiropractic, you are perfectly positioned to lead this movement forward and to redefine the doctor-patient relationship in a very powerful way. So essentially, I decided on a couple of themes for this little lecture I'm giving here. One, the healthcare system is changing, probably for the good. Nice to hear. And number two, creating and maintaining strong human relationships is more important than ever. And I'll finish with some more standard commencement speech things like what kinds of qualities I think will help you be successful. So what is this whole health movement? Well, several decades ago, we heard the term unconventional medicine, and chiropractic was lumped in there. Then the label changed to alternative medicine. We're alternative medicine. Then it became, well, we're complementary medicine. And then in the last 10 years or so, we became part of what's called integrative healthcare. Well, whole health is perhaps the newest evolution of these same concepts that were always important to the so-called, were important to the non-mainstream health professions, like chiropractic. But these qualities and the whole health movement actually have the potential to level the entire healthcare playing field for all disciplines. And finally, after 4 decades of me waiting for this to happen, I think this paradigm shift is actually potentially going to happen. I hope it does. Whole health is defined as an interprofessional, team-based approach anchored in trusted, longitudinal relationships to promote resilience, prevent disease, and restore health. And maybe most importantly, it aligns with a person's life mission, aspirations, and purpose. So the whole healthcare system then, and I quote, is a collaboration that encompasses conventional medical care, comprehensive care, and integrative health care, community programs, social services, and public health. And this is from the National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine, which is perhaps the most powerful policy body in the United States. When they say that healthcare should encompass this very broad range of communities and people and skills and attitudes and perspectives with the patient exactly in the middle, that's why I call this potentially a paradigm shift. And what's exciting is that over the past 10 years, these concepts have been studied and operationalized by the Veterans Health Administration, the National Academy of Medicine, the Surgeon General, and even such big consulting firms such as Deloitte. And the VA has done the most outcome studies and randomized trials, and this concept works, actually. People are healthier, they're happier, and they're less poor. This comprehensive whole health approach actually saves society money as well. That's the triple aim. So Google the term whole health and you'll learn more. It's definitely a movement now, and chiropractic can fit in perfectly well. It represents a holistic approach to healthcare, one that understands that well-being is multifaceted, It acknowledges the interconnectedness of physical, emotional, and mental health. And as chiropractors, your work already embodies this philosophy, and it has ever since 1895. This is not new to us. It's not new to us. You understand that health isn't simply the absence of pain or disease, but rather a dynamic state of balance and vitality, and well-being is our goal. So in this whole health paradigm, the doctor-patient relationship becomes a partnership. You're no longer just a provider of care, but a guide, a coach, and an advocate for your patients. This is always as it has been for us. This movement calls on you to listen deeply, to understand your patients' lifestyles, emotional states, and stresses, and to address the root causes of their dysfunction, not just the symptoms. And as they say in the Veterans Administration, and I think this is really the telling phrase, it's not what's the matter with you, it's what matters to you. We've got to stop saying, what's the matter with you? And start saying, well, what matters to you? And starting with the answer to that is how we design our health care for that particular individual. So when a patient comes to you, just say with back pain, you're going to see a lot of back pain. You're not just thinking about spinal adjustments, you're considering how their diet, sleep patterns, stress levels, and emotional health might be contributing to their condition. This is where your training, your understanding of the body's innate ability to heal itself, and your commitment to the principles of chiropractic care will set you apart in a healthcare world that still too often focuses on quick fixes. By embracing this whole health approach, along with everyone else, you will build stronger relationships with your patients, relationships built on trust, empathy, and mutual respect. You'll empower them to take charge of their own health, guiding them towards sustainable lifestyle changes that will keep them healthy long after they leave your office. And in fact, isn't that really our goal? Our goal is to, Virgil Strang, famous chiropractic philosopher, president of Palmer College for many years, he once said, folks, our job as healthcare professionals is to put ourselves out of business. And when you think about it, there's some sense in that statement. I don't think we have any fear that that's actually going to happen and you'll be out of business. But as an aspirational goal, no, maybe we can move toward a healthier society. Well, doctors of chiropractic, there's a lot of opportunity there. If you can seize it, you will do very, very well. Now is when I give you some, personal advice. All right. As you step into this noble profession, there are certain personal qualities that will be critical to your success, both in clinical practice and in your personal lives. So let me talk to you about 5 of these things, ones that in my observation really do make a difference. And those are resilience, perseverance, openness, adaptability, and finally, kindness. Cultivate them, make them yours, and they fit well with this new whole health paradigm. Resilience is the ability to recover from setbacks in your journey as chiropractors. There will be challenges, difficult cases, patients who don't improve as quickly as you'd like, patients don't listen to you, perhaps even times when you doubt your own abilities. But remember this, resilience is not just about bouncing back, it's about growing through adversity. Each challenge you face will make you a more skilled and compassionate doctor. Embrace the difficult moments, for they will strengthen your character and deepen your wisdom. Perseverance is the fuel that will keep you going when the road seems long. Chiropractic school was a rigorous journey, and you made it through because you didn't give up. The same perseverance that got you here will be necessary throughout your career. Whether you're building your practice, continuing your education, or developing a deeper rapport with your patients, perseverance will be your steady companion. Success doesn't come overnight. It's the result of sustained effort over time. In the middle of World War II, Churchill once said, when you find yourself in hell, just keep going. Openness will be crucial as you continue to grow your practice. Be open to new ideas, new techniques, and new ways of thinking. The world of healthcare is constantly evolving, and chiropractic is no exception. Never stop learning, never stop asking questions, and never assume that you have all the answers. An open mind will allow you to adapt to the changing needs of your patients and the advancements in your field and in healthcare in general. Adaptability is closely linked to openness, but adds an element of flexibility. You will encounter many different types of patients, each with unique needs, challenges, and goals. What works for one may not work for another. You will need to adapt your approach, modify your techniques, and tailor your care plans to each individual. Adaptability also means being open to collaboration with other healthcare professionals, integrating your work with theirs to provide the best possible care for your patients. And finally, kindness. Kindness is the foundation upon which all of your success will be built. Kindness is not just an attitude. It's a way of being that permeates every interaction you have with your patients, with your colleagues, and with yourself. Patients will come to you not only for your clinical expertise, but for the compassion and understanding you offer. A kind word, a listening ear, and a gentle touch can have as much healing power as any adjustment. And remember to extend that same kindness to yourself. Self-compassion will help you maintain balance and joy in your work. So I'll conclude now. As you leave here today, ready to embark on this remarkable journey as doctors of chiropractic, remember that you're not just treating spines, you are treating people. You are healers in the truest sense of the word. The whole health movement offers you a profound opportunity to make a difference, to be recognized for bringing value, to be a beacon of hope in a world that often struggles with chronic pain and fragmented care. Embrace resilience when times get tough, persevere in the face of obstacles, stay open to new ideas and be adaptable in your approach, and above all, lead with kindness, both toward your patients and again, to yourself. The future of chiropractic is bright, and you are the ones that will shape it. You have the knowledge, the skills, and the heart to make a lasting impact on the lives of your patients and on your profession. I have no doubt that each of you will succeed and that the world will be better for the work you do. So, again, doctors of chiropractic, congratulations. The world is waiting for you. Go out and make it better. Thank you.
Extend gratitude to you, Dr. Maker. What a special treat it is to have you back home with us today. As a fellow Palmer West alumnus, I'm proud and appreciative for the many ways that Dr. Maker has helped advance the profession, Palmer College, and Palmer West specifically. I was fortunate to learn from him as an instructor, have him as a great boss, drink some great wine with him, and he has set a standard for professional service that many of us have aspired to emulate, and I am privileged to call you friend. Cheers, and thank you again. It is now my great honor to present to Dr. Snow the 170th graduating class of Palmer College of Chiropractic West Campus for conferral of the Doctor of Chiropractic degree. Dr. Snow?
On recommendation of the Dean, Faculty, and Graduation Committee, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Palmer College of Chiropractic and the State of California, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Chiropractic and all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining therein. Assisting me with the conferral of degrees are Dr. Coy Doe, former Palmer West Associate Professor, who will read the names of our graduates, and Dr. Scott Swanson, Palmer West Assistant Professor, who will turn the hoods. Graduates, as Dr. Doe reads your name, please come up to receive your diploma.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is time to have some fun, exercise those vocal cords, and please, please make a lot of noise for these fine graduates that's about to walk across this room. All right, here we go. From Calgary, Alberta, Jacqueline K. McDowell. Reno, Nevada, Jacob Douglas Covert. From Fort Wayne, Indiana, Dalia Anatawi. From San Jose, California, Christine Camille Lacara. From Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Richard Contreras. From Milpitas, California, Chun Wu Huang. From Fresno, California, Cecilia Adriana Prieto. From San Jose, California, Adrian Dale Ricalde. From Murrieta, California, Richard David Scanlon. From Tulare, California, Bryce Daniel Soresh. And last, but certainly not least, Mr. Racer X himself, from Santa Cruz, California, Robert Stephanie. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for these graduates, please.
Students, prepare to take your chiropractic oath. Please repeat after me. In accordance with the science, art, and philosophy of chiropractic, and in consequence of my dedication to restoration of the sick to health, I promise and swear to keep to the best of my ability and judgment the following oath. I,
Jacqueline McDowell,
Jacob Covert,
Dalia Anatoly, Camille Lacara,
Richard Contreras,
Cecilia Pedro,
Richard Scanlon, Bryce Soros, Robert Stephanie.
will adhere adhere to the code of ethics espoused by the chiropractic profession. I will observe and practice professional conduct in relations with my patients, my colleagues, myself and my profession. I will seek to preserve the integrity of my profession and help it to grow in service to the benefit of all humanity. I will serve my patients to the best of my ability, violating neither their confidence nor their dignity, and in my association with these patients, I shall not violate that which is moral and right. I will provide regimen for the good of my patients according to their ability and my judgment. I will regard and refer to my fellow doctors with honor and dignity, giving credit for their dedication and commitment to the profession. I will continue to improve my knowledge and skill and be sincere in my resolution to justify the responsibility which this degree symbolizes and imposes. Will the students of the 170th graduating class of Palmer College of Chiropractic West change tassels? Congratulations.
Would the audience please congratulate my fellow colleagues one more time? I now adjourn the 170th graduation convocation of Palmer College Chiropractic West Campus. Audience, please remain seated as the doctors and faculty exit. Following the processional, families, guests, and today's graduating class are invited to join us for our commencement reception, just on the foyer behind you. On behalf of the administration, faculty, staff, and students at Palmer West Campus, thank you for attending today's ceremony. Have a great day.
Last time.